to show you how to work less in 2025. Doesn't that sound
You
delightful?
just set your New Year's resolutions. Let's just set that bar a little lower and work a little less.
No, that's what every sysadmin wants. They want to work
just teasing.
the least amount possible, right?
Yeah, of course.
We're going to show them how.
Okay.
I actually looked up last year what we did, and last year we were all about documenting and do this, do that. We're going to show you how to do less with our products this year. What do you think about that?
That's great.
I know.
I mean, there's some grammar and punctuation that needs to happen in that sentence to make it be what it should be, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, no, we're gonna do automation. We're gonna do cleanup, some redundant tasks that you have to do all the time anyway, but it's all going to be with Connect. Then Andrew's going to talk about some cool new things that are happening with PowerShell, because he loves PowerShell.
Yeah, in PowerShell
He's Mr.
land.
PowerShell.
Yeah.
And then we're going to make some predictions about what we all think is going to happen in 2025.
And jot these down, because then you can fact check us at the end of the year.
Crap, so you mean I've got like 20 minutes to come up with a prediction?
Yep.
Did you not do your prediction yet? Oh my gosh.
I got time. You just said I had 20 minutes.
It's like herding cats with you, I swear. Okay, should we start and Connect?
Okay.
I got to put down my toy. I don't really want, you better take it. Oh my gosh, I can't get rid of that thing. All right, 5 ways to work less. You ready?
Okay. Yeah, where are we going to start?
Connect.
Okay, so we're in Connect.
Okay. So, you know how you have those people, I was going to say I'm one of them, but I'm not really, who never restart their computers, ever.
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
You made a face. Do you or not?
Yeah.
Well, actually, your team does this.
Yeah, it's
you
forced.
have this group.
Yeah, I know.
You force it. Okay, so how are we going to find out who these computers are?
Okay, so this is a way to use Connect to identify machines that have been up for a long time and then do something about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
So I am going to find this. Well, I thought of a couple ways to find this, and I think the best way to do it is to create a dynamic group. So I'm super clever with my titles, and I did uptime.
Okay.
Right? So you actually can just create a static or dynamic group and do uptime. Device name is not empty. Device uptime is greater than 1,000. Now, the hardest part about this was, what is the time? What does this mean?
Yeah, what is the integer?
It's an hour.
Okay, so it's in hours.
Yes.
Okay, so uptime is measured in hours here.
Yes.
So like if it was a day, it'd be 24.
Yeah, so I did have to reach out to Jerem, and he told me an hour. So that's
what'd you do
1,000?
I can't do that math in my head. How many days is that?
I don't know. I'll show you how I figured it out. I actually figured it out 2 ways. I logged into a computer and ran the command. I know, yeah. Because he took a while to get back to me, and we all know I have no patience. So I did that. But also, I figured out you pull the column in, and it tells you. So.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Bogdan, for doing the math for 40 days. Those computers have been online for more than 40. Wow. Okay.
I know. Well, it's Kelly's.
Okay.
And he doesn't, Kelly doesn't like to restart them. But look, it shows it right here. So it'll tell you.
Cool.
All right. So what do we want to do about that? Because, people don't really like it when you restart their computers. But I don't really care.
Well, contact IT.
I mean, I do. I'm just kidding. So there is a package that we made. We just made a reboot.
This is a really complicated package.
It really is. So you can do it a couple ways. If you just want to reboot it and say, suck it, I'm rebooting your computer, you can add a message and say you have 5 minutes or hurry and save your stuff. Or you can do it the way that I know you would do it, because you do full contact IT. You can automate it, right? So let's click on automation here.
Yep.
And I actually run it weekly. So let's click on this guy.
Okay.
I have it recurring. I do it at 12, not
midnight.
on Kelly's, because he has things that he's interested in. This one is a static group, but let's say I wanted to change that and just do my uptime one.
Okay.
That's how I would do it. I would just
So you're just going
to
balance machines that are 40 days over.
Exactly. But I likely, what I would do, because I'm a chicken, is I would add a message and say, this is going to restart in 5 minutes, save your stuff. If I was going to do it during the workday, because I'm a chicken. But
yeah.
That's just a
message
nice
step
way to
first.
do it. Yeah.
Or if you're fancy, you could grab like the burnt toast module.
Okay.
And then use that to do a toast notification.
Mm-hmm.
I think internally we found a handful of scripts that other people have written, and we will prompt and let people delay and do some other fun stuff.
Yeah,
we could share that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could share that.
So pick your flavor. What do you want to do? But
yeah, maybe we should do that. I think internally in prod, what we're doing is it's if you're every 7 days, you got to bounce your machine. And then we allow people to defer. It like shrinks the amount of time that people can defer before it's like, nah, do you know what? I'm just going to do it.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so next common problem that I think a lot of people have is you're running out of space, right? So this one is looking at free space is less than whatever amount you're going to look for. So disk partition, blah, 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 equals this much. Okay, so now I have my group.
Yeah. So those people that just maybe aren't familiar with SQL. No. Let's stay there on the filter.
I'm sorry, go back. Pardon me.
So we're grouping these two things together where disk partition is less than 10% free and the drive letter equals C, right? So if you don't have that and clause and they're not together, maybe you might have like a D drive and E drive, something like that, that is less than 10%. You might get some like weird results where you're like, this isn't making sense to me.
Yeah.
So that second line there is very important.
Yeah. So once you've found the ones that are filled up, right, or you want to focus on, well, now what are we going to do about it? Well, so I started thinking downloads are kind of an issue, right? A lot of people don't go clean up their downloads. So we decided, Andrew and I, by the way, oh my gosh, it was so fun to watch Andrew get all grumpy and angry with PowerShell. It was one of my favorite things. I loved it. So Andrew made this package, the script.
Clean up your shiz.
Clean up your shiz. So here's a PowerShell package, or PowerShell script that we turned into a package to focus on downloads of specific users. So, but I'm going to say, users get a little cranky.
Sure.
So I would likely talk to the users before sending this out, maybe quick email.
This is just going to remove like items in downloads.
It is.
Right?
Yes.
Because that's generally like the most common spot.
Yeah, but we talked about this, like in my broadcast days, there are certain places where it fills up. So in Adobe users, local low, roaming, another place for a lot of large data to go. Yeah. So I might target that, clean that out. Just find the place where data goes that you need to clean up.
Preventative maintenance.
So again, so now we have the package, we have our dynamic group. So what do we want to do with this? We're going to automate it.
Okay.
We're going to marry those two together and then we're going to automate it so we don't ever have to touch it, right?
Yep.
Easy peasy. Put these together. Done. Pretty easy, right?
Love it.
But my favorite part about this whole thing was watching Andrew yell.
Well, I think it's because you started you're like, I want to delete stuff out of the recycle bin. And
that one was a bear. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, that one wasn't the best.
Like, it's possible. It's in a weird spot. I've done it before. It's just weird. Recycle bins are weird.
Yeah. Well, and I started that like Tuesday afternoon. We didn't spend enough time on that one, so
yeah,
it probably can be done, right?
I'm sure it can be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on. Let's quickly go to automations quickly. Can we?
Yeah.
And just kind of talk about things that are really easy to automate. Browsers, right? Really easy.
Yeah.
They update 7 times a day. Yeah. So
they're dead simple.
Yeah, I have one for every single browser. Why wouldn't you? If you don't have a browser on your machines, have a package, have one built. Do not have Firefox. Computers that don't have Firefox, install it. Make sure the variable is the latest. You'll always have the latest browsers.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. That's just a no-brainer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have that?
I don't know.
That one's an easy.
I don't know.
So.
You want to open one? Show one. Let's just show one.
Okay.
Maybe somebody's brand new on the show, has never seen it before. Show one.
Yeah.
Okay. So Firefox latest.
Yep. Firefox
so
latest.
We're going to attach the package, the latest flavor of Firefox, and the trigger's automatic. So as soon as it's there.
Yep.
That's all you have to do.
I have this targeting just on this group, but yeah you would change that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Target some dynamic group.
Easy.
Yep. Cool.
So yeah, just go through and automate everything that you possibly can. Browsers are super easy. Just Rob wants a Brave. Oh, your face.
Yeah. There's the package library request form. I think it's in Discord at this point. Same thing as product. Like for every one thing we do, there's one thing we don't do.
Yeah.
Same thing with packages.
Yep. Okay. We are going to go to the next thing. So, and this is brand new. And we're going to talk about this in a couple different ways. Okay, so we're going to go to the vulnerability tab. This is our new thing. And we've talked about it a little bit before, but this is something we haven't gone over yet. So remember we just talked about browsers, right?
Yes.
And automating the way we did. But if you click on the vulnerability tab, you see right here? If I click on automate right here, it's going to immediately create a dynamic group for any computer that has this vulnerability.
Yes.
Now, Josh's answer is going to be, well, do it. Why would you never do this? This is great. I love it. I might not do it this way because it doesn't give me the ability to create any exclusionary criteria if there are computers I don't want to do this to.
Not from this particular screen.
Not from this particular screen.
There's an additional step we have to show if you want to do that.
That's right.
Okay.
Go ahead, say your thing.
No, I was going to say, like, we can show the additional step, but you continue.
Yes. So I just want to point that out because if you have computers that you might not want to have this updated on, just consider that.
Yep.
You can, though, initiate this from where we just were and add that criteria in immediately.
Yes. So if you're going to start from the automations, it's where are you going to start this workflow from?
Yes.
Are you starting this workflow from a targeting perspective, or are you doing this workflow from an actions-based perspective?
Yes.
So bringing that here, for where we're at right now is an action-based perspective.
Yeah.
I see a vulnerability. I want to automate it. I just want it done. I never want to see it.
Yes.
Conversely, if I want to start from a targeting-based perspective, I'll create my group and set my exclusion criteria and then marry packages to the automation.
Yes.
So it's how do you approach this problem? Both ways will get you the same result.
Yes.
It's just how do you want to use the product to do it?
One's a little more cautious, and I have a story time for this, and because Josh is always like, well, why do you care? I used to, every time updates would happen for my on-air radio machines in the newsroom, every single time it would break the on-air advanced audio card, and 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. I'd get a phone call. I can't record my radio spot. I'm like, oh my God. I'd have to run into the newsroom. So I would not do this ever.
Okay.
Because
That's
I would
fair.
get that AM phone call.
Well, okay, let's still do it this way, and let's show how you could do it this way and then add exclusions after.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have one of these that's already set up, let's find one.
Wow.
Like the automatic Firefox vulnerability patching.
Okay.
Right? So if we come down to the group, we have to go to the groups is where we need to do this.
Okay, group, sorry.
Yep. So if we go to a group, right? So we're going to create any group, we'll find we can show it. All right. If we come to the definitions here, if we add a group filter and where the device name does not contain, right, or does not equal, you can add this group filter to start excluding individual computers by name.
Okay. Yeah. So you can't do the group, but you can do an individual.
Yeah, by computers by name.
Okay.
So here's how you can get to like some granular exclusionary criteria. So you can still do the thing you want to do, but then you can come in after and you'd be like, oh, okay, maybe that on-air machine's name is Bob, right? Yeah. Where device name equals Bob, or where device name does not equal Bob.
Yeah.
Right. Depending on how you want to solve that SQL problem.
Yeah. And I actually made a group called on-air computers too. So you can exclude it that way too if you want to. But yeah, just be aware if you do have those groups, come at it a different way, just like you said.
Yep.
Targeting versus, okay. Perfect. All right, let's go back though, because I do want to cover this. So some of these, you can just immediately go, oh yeah, for sure. I'm going to automate that and boom, I'm done. Easy peasy, right?
Sure.
Love it. Some of the other ones you're going to maybe take a look at, like let's come down to some of the feature updates or the Windows updates. I probably should have come on to some before we started talking about this. Talk about something, Josh. Say something smart while I go find this.
I mean, like, look, there's one right there.
Yeah,
you found it.
Here. Okay. Automate. So when anything with Windows 10, Enterprise 22H2, when I confirm this, it's going to create a dynamic group for any computer that has this. So let's do this one because this one we're going to be fine.
Sure.
Group is created. Done. Easy peasy.
So it created an automation and a group.
Yep.
Both.
All at the same time. So here it is. and it's going to be automatic. So it creates the trigger too. So I wanted to show that just because you want to be aware of what you're doing. The second you click that, it creates an automatic. So if you don't like that trigger, go back and change it.
Mm-hmm. That's the default behavior.
That's the default behavior, exactly. And then let's look at the targeting. See, dynamic group right here.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that, right?
It's a way to save yourself a bunch of work.
It's saved a ton of work. I think we covered all of our things, did we? Is that 5? Was that 5, Drew?
It's pretty close.
Thanks for watching this segment from PDQ Live. If you like this, you'll love the full show. Check it out every Thursday at 10 a.m. Mountain. Oh, and like and subscribe, please.